super duper fantastic four. That's what legends score. Broke the game in half when I came in with a lion's roar. Now I'm really not sure how I'm really gonna soar, cause I'm the type of person who don't got enough, I want more. Always taking chances, roll the dice up on my game of life. Back with a rusty sharpened knife, sharpened with the most secretive hate and aggression.
So what's poppin', everybody? It is an honor. Why don't you introduce yourself, my mans?
Yeah, I go by Valentine, but I guess I've been going by Cribby for a long time too.
Cribby?
Yeah.
How'd you get that name?
Well, it's actually like a family name. Like from when I was like, so my real name's Chris. My dad's name is Chris too. Okay. Just to differentiate, they came up with a stupid name called Cribby. But like, as I grew up, I was like, you know what, Cribby's kind of lit. But then everybody mixes up. They're like, oh, Kirby. Like
some catch a body out here.
I'm like, all right, yeah.
Catch a body over. Call me that shit one more time, see what happens. You know what I mean?
Like, I don't look like a little bubble gum.
You're like what are you, like 6'2", right?
Yeah.
That motherfucker's only like 2 foot, so know the difference. You know what I mean? So growing up, like, were you allowed to run like a lot of music, or like how did you like step into the light like that, man?
Well, I just started by like I don't know, like the first person that really got me into it was really one of my uncles. He's more like a brother because he's only 2 years older than me. Mm-hmm. But you know, he started before I would just like write rhymes just for fun, and then once I started seeing him like put that effort forward and try doing it seriously, and I heard him record it, it's like it became a possibility in my head, like this is something that, you know, like I can do. So
Shit.
I was like, I just started writing, and then I showed him, and he was like, dude, just keep going, because it's you're doing good. And I was like, okay, and then just years later, that's
passing down the torch pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like just passing it down, man. Do you remember your first song that you did?
The first song that I did a couple of like small SoundCloud things, but I didn't really record a lot just because, you know, I was just young and didn't really know how to even what the initial step was like into that.
You had to step into like
how to even step into that. So I was just writing for like a long time, and then I think I put out like one SoundCloud song. And then,
bet it was fire though. You know, every first song is always fire. Okay, anybody says.
I don't know. No,
it shows the growth. Sometimes you need that there to see the growth.
Yeah,
like,
no,
real,
exactly.
People love seeing that shit, man.
Big facts, though.
But yeah, man, like I don't know. I felt like the way I recorded and how I recorded just later on like wasn't me, so I ended up like taking it down and shit. But like, cause I feel like a whole different artist or a different person now since the time I recorded that till now. So I would say, yeah, that was I forget even what it was called, but yeah, I did that song, and then after that, it was just Off by One.
No shit.
Which was, I think, like 2 years ago I did that.
Shit.
Off
now
by
look
One,
you
live
though.
on Spotify now.
Right? You know?
Yeah, live on Spotify, Apple Music.
Big
You
facts,
can use it as a
don't worry.
TikTok sound. I didn't even know that until recently.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire though.
That's
pretty. That's you know you made it when you made it on TikTok. No,
Yeah,
like
right?
no bullshit.
Well, it all depends if people use it, right?
That's it.
That's it.
You gotta hook them right in. If you
Yeah,
don't,
exactly.
I noticed that a lot recently. Like,
Yeah.
not saying like that. That's like U.S. Nothing against like age differential. You know, let me just say that real quick
Right.
because like obviously, if you want me to ask what's your age?
25. I'm about to be
So
26.
I'm 30. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I realized that I notice kids these days they only know like 30 seconds of a song, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that?
Minute 30 tracks,
Renegade.
spin it back, spin it
You know what I
back.
mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
Exactly.
I'm like, yo, what's the rest of the song? I don't know. It's Renegade. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like it's
Exactly.
so hard to like. That's like if you really
Yeah.
think about it, man. Like what music? Not to go off subject here. That's like I've seen music recently. Like there's really no one out here pushing out tours. Have you noticed that?
No, not really. Well, I mean, you got Kendrick going on that.
Yeah,
that
but who can
tour.
compare to Kendrick though? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
nobody. That's the thing.
that's why they're probably all sitting back really.
Except for like
quickly.
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Yeah,
J.
maybe.
Cole is a fire.
Yeah.
Now, since we're on that topic, what
Okay.
were your favorite artists growing up as a child and shit?
So a lot of my music inspiration comes from my parents, believe it or not. I mean, I don't know. I guess that sounds kind of cliche, but
Absolutely
like
not, you know
My
what I mean?
dad,
That's-
yeah, I don't know, but like, so a lot of the things I listened to growing up when I like started listening to music, you know, it was all my mom's shit, which she's into like a little bit of like old school hip hop here and there, but like mostly like I don't know what's a good like a lot of 80s music.
Like Ice Cube. I wouldn't say 80s. That's like 80s, right?
No, I'm talking like what's the song? Oh my gosh.
If
I
it
can't think of the
hop,
song.
don't stop. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
something like,
no, but not,
Flav,
but
like,
not
like
even
Flava Flav
but not
shit,
even
or
like 80s hip hop. I'm
Ice
talking
Ice Baby?
like Ice Ice Baby. No,
That's
yeah,
close.
yeah.
That's
That's
close.
kind of. I think that's in the 80s, right? I don't know.
I don't know
Could be
culture
wrong.
like
looking
that.
ignorant as fuck right now. No.
Yeah, no.
I just like making music. You love making music.
Yeah.
He loves making music. That's all I know.
It's on the tip of my tongue all day now.
It's alright. Well, it's chill, man.
We'll
It's,
get
Yeah,
it,
but
we
a
get
lot
it.
of like 80s music, you know, like Saved by the Bell type vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like that type of shit. Like I can't think. I don't know why I can't think of a specific song right now, but like
you're
but
good.
Take on Me. There you go. Like Take on Me. Don't know
Never-
it.
No, doesn't
come
ring a
on,
bell.
no,
bro.
stop.
You know what I mean? I'm serious. I don't. This is remember now. Before off camera, we were talking about. I don't really follow trends
Okay.
because this is only an example for me. Like people say, oh, you don't know hip hop. I know Biggie. I know Tupac.
right.
You know what I mean? I don't need to know, like, I know Lil Wayne, of course. I don't
Okay.
need to, like, not saying I have nothing against the newer generation or anything. It's just more of, like, I need to follow my path.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's
no,
like,
exactly.
it's
I
like-
feel you. I feel you.
you can people recycle bars. I do it. But I can't be, like, put on a 92 beat. That's, like, one of our boys that we fuck with. He slays the like, nothing against, like, the 90s. I don't fuck with it, but he
Yeah.
slays that lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he just bops it. Like,
That's
I'm
like my type of
damn.
vibe. I love that type of that 90s style hip hop. Like that's like
Exactly.
my whole lane. Which brings me to like so back to the original question, which was like where I take my music inspiration from. Like my mom listens to a lot of that type stuff, you know, some house in there, like a little electronica, you know, stuff like that. And then I'll never forget like the first moment I got into hip hop. I'll never forget it. My dad had me alone one day, and we took my mom's car, and he had to go make some moves, do something, whatever. I was in the back seat, and it was a mixtape that one of his boys made. He like borrowed it from one of
Cassette?
his boys. Yeah, cassette,
Fire.
like an old
Fire,
school
see,
cassette.
culture, big
Some-
culture
yeah,
in the
big
house,
culture,
you know what I
exactly.
mean?
And he popped it in, and I don't even remember what the song was, but I just remember this beat. It was just villainous, like an old school. Just it was like. And
And that's when you knew you're like, this is it.
And I was like, and in the back seat, my dad could see me through the rearview mirror. I was like 5 years old, bro. I'm just
Bopping it.
Vibe.
and then after the song was done, like, you know, if you're listening to the radio and a song comes on that you really like, and you're like, oh shit, I like that. But then like you're looking at the road and you go to like change the AC or something, you accidentally change a song, and all of a sudden
It's gone
like,
forever.
You're like, fuck, like that sucks. I was in my vibe, you know.
Yeah.
That's
In
my
the zone,
first,
dude.
that was my first feeling of that.
So like your first hip hop,
That
like,
was my first, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was that first feeling, and I was like, Dad, that was the first time I was like, run that back. Like,
Yeah, run it
5 years
back.
old, I
Run
was like,
that
Dad,
back.
can you play that song again? He's like, which one? I was like, the one that just played. He's like, he turns around at me and smiles. He's like, oh, you like that? You like that
when you
shit?
get to the youth,
Like,
you get to everything though.
It was like
Facts.
Rhythm,
such a
man.
proud moment for him. And then like we got out and played Ninja Turtles and Chuck E. Cheese. But yeah,
Revenge of Shredder, bro.
Right?
dude, deadass. He would get to the
Oh,
final level every
shit.
time as like Leonardo or
Oh,
Donatello.
God,
Like,
and just
Leonardo's
die.
the one with the samurai swords, right?
I only know Earthworm Jim.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's my
Get
shit.
out.
See? Earthworm Jim, that's all I know.
Fucking love Earthworm.
Now, as like obviously from that experience, like, do you think that it plays a big character in who you are now these days? From that moment,
From the yeah, absolutely.
like as an artist point of view, not
Yeah.
even like character as in yourself, but like when you step into that booth, like do you absorb that moment and be like, this is how I want this track to be done?
No, yeah, that's kind of exactly it. Like pretty much ever since that moment,
Mhm.
like I talked about when like the song went off and I was like, oh damn, I was vibing with that. Like I try to hit the same feeling that I got when I first listened to that song.
That's what's up.
I try
Just
to hit
chasing
that.
it.
That's-
just
that's-
chasing that feeling, that rush of dopamine from it. You know,
Yeah.
like you kind of hear a beat sometimes that's so good that you vibe with and connect with so hard that you get like goosebumps.
Facts.
Start getting goosebumps.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
even if you're like writing a lyric and you like rehearse it back to yourself and you're like, ooh shit, and then you get those goosebumps. You know who talked about that recently? Fucking Katy Perry. Katy Perry was talking about that in some video I was watching. She was like, "Oh, I was writing something, and then I got goosebumps, and that's how I knew." And I was like, "Oh wow!" So like, I'm not. That was my. I was like, "Damn!" Like I know what she's talking about.
Some things just resonate, bro.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's exactly what it is. Sometimes when you hear something, it just like it triggers like I don't even know. Dopamine, of course, will like get your shit going.
Gets
but
my
like
shit hard.
But sometimes
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
But sometimes you'll hear
with no
something.
disrespect, you
It's
know?
my penis hard.
Exactly. Makes my pen 15 real hard. You know what I mean?
But sometimes shit'll just resonate, and you're like, "Yo, I'm onto something," and you gotta follow that through because it just proves to you that like music does more than just sound good.
Yeah.
Music makes you feel. Music makes you move. Music makes you like think differently. It could change your mood. It could change your emotions. Like, you know that. Why do you think? I mean, realistically, like, I don't know, man. Genres exist for a reason.
But
that's a stupid quote. But like, they do.
Not really.
Different genres fill different voids. They make you feel a certain way. They serve a purpose. Like.
Yeah, no,
R&B,
when you get those fucking
trappy, like kind of like that. But now here's
sometimes you just want to go kill somebody.
Here you go,
Turn
kid.
that shit
I
on,
got
light
one
it
for
up.
you, bro. Ready? What is music to you, if you don't mind me asking? So, like for example, you say genders, right? How do you know you fit a gender, or would you be more creative, creating your own gender? You see what I'm saying? Like you have hip hop, you have R&B, you got soul.
Wait,
you
wait. Did you just say gender?
I'm whatever. Dyslexic is
Genre?
genre. There you go.
It just
In
threw me off
foreclosure,
guard.
you know, gender. He's gonna make his own gender.
Yeah.
Just so we're,
Dyslexic.
he's got it though.
What is this
Right
song?
here.
What gender
Dyslexic.
does this song identify?
But not saying like that he or she or them. I respect all right, for
Yes.
real. But if you say that, like how, like that's going back to you, like, you know, you step in that character.
Right.
But like if you never had like the hip hop vision of that, you think as a creator, both of you, this applies for both, do you think that you would be able to create that own? Say the word for me, please.
Genre.
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
Word of the day.
Right, it is the word of the day. But like, do you think that if you didn't have any of those influences, do you think you'd be able to succeed?
I think so. I think eventually, like my mind would kind of take it down its own musical path, you know, because like, you know, it's like back to like what my inspirations were like. You know, it wasn't just hip hop. Like that happens to be like what I do, but like at the same time, like I love shit like Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I heard you. I
Love
heard
that
you
shit.
singing. That shit's fire. You know what I mean? For real.
That's
I
it,
was like,
that's
who's
it.
this? He goes, Valentine. I was like, you know what I mean? And I was like, and that was a good song
Like,
as well, man.
Mariah Carey, Boys to Men, like all that shit, dude. Like I love all that shit.
See? I don't even
Telvin
know.
Campbell, shout out Telvin Campbell.
That's like the only song I even know it. Like,
You know what
Water
song
That
he
Lane.
made? The Telvin Campbell. You ever seen the Extremely Goofy movie?
Of course.
The first one.
Of
The
course
song.
I see. Cheese it, you know
that
what I mean?
song. So stand out above the crowd.
when everybody's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Even if I got to shout out loud.
yeah. I see that.
Dude, that
Yeah.
shit. Telvin Campbell, bro.
I got
He
you.
dropped that shit. Who gave him permission to go that hard on a Disney movie?
And the
is
thing-
what I want to know.
That's facts.
And it's like, you
Dude.
don't see that now, though.
No, you
Not
don't.
saying, like, against the creators in this time, but, like, that's what I mean. Like, that's for an example. Like, he made that. Imagine if
Dude.
that lane stayed for that way for, like,
Yeah.
20 years down the line.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be insane.
Yeah.
And that's why I asked, like, if you feel like you can make your own genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't have those inspirations. So, and that's insane, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Dude.
to me,
Holy shit. Sorry,
to me,
I can't
like-
get that in my head now.
yeah, back.
So stand
I love
out.
that movie. Just don't get it twisted. That movie's goated.
Jesus.
Goated.
But like
with
to me,
the songs.
the way I always thought about it, like what you said, right? Hip hop to me has always been the creative freedom to make what you want. Like it's
Right.
literally like the exploration and freedom to just do, like almost create your own genre. You don't
Right.
have to stick to a certain kind of lane.
Yeah, like your
Right.
own.
To
Exactly.
find something in like
Yeah.
I made a lot of poetry when I was a kid. I loved writing poems and shit. That's one of the reasons why.
Hit me with one.
I know I got
Come
one.
on, bring it.
Bro,
bring
I have
it.
a line. I have a line in one of my new
Bring
songs.
it.
I have a line in one of my new songs. Poems still hang on my mama's wall.
That's fine.
And it was a poem.
That's absolutely
when
fire.
I was
Respect.
little, I wrote a poem for my mom on Mother's Day. That shit still sits in my middle room at my dad's house, and that's like kind of where I pulled inspiration from. Was I just loved putting words together and finding creative ways to make them work.
Word.
A lot of my inspirations, if I would have never listened to a lot of them in hip hop, I'd probably still attempt to find a lane in that, just because like it's always kind of been like a piece of it's been there. I've always even contemplated about writing and stuff like that, and I feel like everyone kind of has that in them to do something like musically inclined. It's just a matter of how do they figure how to express that? How do they learn how to give that and put that to like, how do I express this to somebody else now?
Right,
How do I give them the
exactly.
feeling I have inside to somebody else? That's why a lot of people like, oh, you sound like him, and some people do try and copy because they think it's a trend or they just want to ride a certain way. But some
Damn
people,
trends.
real artists, usually find a way to get that and express it themselves, and like you could hear pieces of an influence, but it was always a part of them. They could always find a way to express themselves and like really just give other people how they feel, just
deliver
truly-
it. Just
Yeah.
just send it on through. Like, I don't know, that's kind of that's one of the reasons why I think Juice World was so big, is because
R.I.P. to him.
Oh,
Shout out to the
R.I.P.
real
he's a
one.
goat.
R.I.P.
Like,
Juice
he
WRLD.
put it together. He was no Eminem when it came to putting words together. But the thing is, he made you feel everything. Everything came from somewhere in him. That's why he didn't need paper or pen. That's one of the reasons why Biggie was the same way, and why Jay-Z to an extent is the way they are. Classic as they may be, they barely ever use a pen. You know,
Still
they-
making
they-
noise to this day, though.
they-
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's in
No.
here. It's like they know what they're reaching for, and over time, you start to tap into that more and more, and just become one with what you want,
Right.
like your expression. You know, it's crazy. It's fucking nuts.
And that's like I was saying, no, man. As my point of view, man. Like when I don't even know. I can't explain it because like relating to like you were saying, like how it felt to hear your first beat or how
Yeah.
to hear your first like motivation, right?
Mhm.
It's exhilarating.
Yeah.
There's
no,
nothing like
absolutely.
it. You know what
There's
I mean?
nothing
Like there's
it.
really nothing like that. So on an off note here, so like when you see yourself doing music, is there any artist that you could relate to the most to? Like in
That's
like
a
you
good question.
like that you do and like you know you're from Jersey, shout out to Jersey, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Jersey.
You know, I've seen you done multiple artists, you know, and you even travel all over here and I respect that. Thank
Yeah,
you for
word
taking
to-
the time and day
yeah,
for this.
of course, man. Of
And
course.
obviously with the kid, you know,
Yeah.
you guys have like songs. Is there like any song that you did like to this day that you're like, I'm so proud of it?
Yeah, probably my first one. Yeah, off by one.
Mm-hmm.
Available on everything.
Every platform, everywhere. I'll
Everywhere.
link
Yeah.
right here. I'll do the
Plugged.
thing for you after the word. Damn it, that was your cue. That was your cue.
After the word what?
Genre.
Oh,
Genre.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
But yeah, man. But no, like I was saying, no, like, is there, back to the question, like, who do you feel most, like,
Like, what artist do I feel the most relatable to?
yeah, like, as in that lane?
That's a good question.
It's a pretty wild one.
Because, I mean, I listen to so many different artists that it's, like,
Okay.
hard to pick one. Honestly, there is one that I would say, or two. I'm going to give you two.
It could be multiple.
I'm gonna
you know what I
say
mean? Just saying, it could be
for-
multiple. You know?
For one, I would say Kendrick Lamar because,
Okay.
I mean, he's probably one of my biggest inspirations. Like, the first time I ever heard his freestyle, I think he did like a Hot 97 or a 105.1 freestyle.
That
Like,
was a 97.
this was way back, like, before I think it was like maybe right before he dropped,
Good kid.
yeah, Good Kid, Mad City, yeah. And I remember just seeing that when I was in high school, and I was like, who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah.
Like, holy fucking shit. And then that's when I first started getting into him. I looked up, and then he dropped Good Kid, Mad City, and then Pimp to a Butterfly came out after that, right?
Yeah, I think there was a mixtape in
Think
between
so.
that.
Yeah.
Unless the mixtape came before Good Kid, I can't remember.
And
right
I just went through and I, like, studied, like, everything he did.
So you pretty much, like, took the, like,
Well, yeah, but,
perspective
like,
point of view
not
from him,
trying to...
but not like bite, you know
no,
what I mean?
not copying him or anything, but like he like just the way he delivers and like the message that he tries to send and the way he forms words together is just so clever. And like I wanted to be clever like that, not in the same way, in my own way.
Yeah.
But like
Rap technician.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's really cool to see the way he forms words together and to understand them, you know, to like understand how he puts those words together, like, and how like even down to like counting the syllables, you know, with his timing. Yeah, it's
very
poetic. That's what it is.
Extremely
That's very-
it's extremely poetic. So that's the first one I'm gonna say is Kendrick Lamar. Shout out Kendrick, huge fan. The other one I'm gonna say is X.
That.
Hit him with
Dude.
the one time, dog. You gotta hit him with
X.
it, dog. For X, dog.
Bro,
Straight up,
RIP.
straight up.
The day
Hey!
Sorry, I
I'll
had to let
never
it out.
forget the day that I found out he passed.
Big
It
facts.
was
Sad.
I
It was a
think
sad day.
it was in July, wasn't it? Of
14 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. No, it was later. It was like
way later than
yeah,
that.
it was
It
like
was like
2017, 2018, I think.
Yeah,
Dude.
I love X. That's like Pete, bro.
Oh my
Physically,
gosh,
you know what I mean?
dude. So I was at the beach and my phone like alerted me and was like, and I just saw it and I was like, and like my whole world, like I felt like the whole world just stopped. Like I was like, bro, no fucking way.
It's like time stop. It's like, boom.
And after that, I was literally just talking about him when that happened, and I was like, no, this isn't real. Like this is a joke, right? But you know, the reason why I do say X is because his mindset and not unrelated to music, just his mindset on the world.
his like
is-
his vision and his thoughts were just
Like-
so relatable.
A lot of the times, like I would watch videos that he was on, and just be like, you know, like I didn't feel alone because I thought I was the
Exactly.
only one who like thought the same way, who thought that way. You know what I mean?
I feel like he was in a place himself too. I mean, I'm not speaking. I can't speak for him ever, but like, it just seemed like he was like also trying to find the best way to express himself and make people understand him.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
realistically, like it was him creating his own image of himself,
Yeah.
so people
Yeah.
could truly so he could truly represent himself and make people
Right.
feel it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Not only that, but like his.
No one's ever seen shit like that.
Exactly, but the way he thought about the world, like he saw it in such clear view, like how everything is connected and like. And
How
like,
everything is connected.
how
You're absolutely the way to
is
point that.
connected.
It's the only way to say
Everything
that.
is a circle, and like you know, like if the TV is showing you this, or the news is showing you this is what they're like. They're being like, here, see, you can't see my left hand, right?
Yup.
It's under the table doing something else. Like, he made me very very aware of that, opening my third eye or pineal gland, or you know, however you want to say
Now, do you
it.
follow a lot of that? Because I heard you talk about that earlier. Do you do like a lot of that stuff? Not saying like religiously, like a cult, but like you know what I mean. Like, do you like follow like the rules? Does that make sense?
The rules of what?
like
In
of
what
your
term?
like how X had like you know he was like the way he transformed.
Right.
Do you, you know what I mean by that? Like I don't know how if you're really like obviously you're a big X fan, but like do you see the documentary?
The documentary on Hulu or whatever.
Yes. Now you see how like he was like I'm so woke, like it wasn't an ego thing for him.
It was? Yeah.
It was just more of like I'm trying to help you.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yes.
that's what I mean by rules.
Yes.
Like you follow like that kind of like concept because I do.
Yeah.
Like I said, shout out to X. Like I said.
Yeah.
Now do you apply that not to every day, but we'll go back to the artist's point of view. Now do you apply that same message every time you write a song? You try to have that same
Yes.
deliverance.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. I want people to hear a message. I want people to wake up.
Okay.
That's a lot of my music. Like Off by One was a lot of that. Off by
Okay.
One. My next single after that, I'm About to Snap, which is out everywhere as well.
Everywhere, right here.
Everywhere,
you know,
right now.
here.
Da-da-da.
Respect, man.
That was just like bars. You
Yeah.
know, just straight up, just bar after bar after bar. But like Off by One, I wanted it to make it like trippy in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I'm big into numerology, so like I tried throw a lot of like innuendos with like
the terminology of it, like
yeah,
how to
like
give that
numbers
vision.
in there and like shit like that, because numbers are everywhere. You just gotta look, dude.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a little
Nah,
crazy,
nah.
but it's true.
What's your favorite number?
7.
How about you, Jay?
Favorite number.
Favorite number. We'll get back. Don't lose that though. I just wanted to, because now there's something to this. 3.
3.
Would you tattoo it on you?
Yeah.
All right, because mine's 28. Okay, it was the year I was born. It's just 28. Did you ever see the movie 23
23.
with Jim Carrey?
No, I haven't. Oh, wait.
He's like 23. He's a
Yes.
poetry, and but they considered him
yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Now, when you think of X, they did the same thing to him. He was such a violent person, and it was very, very, like, descriptional, like how like you can be pointed as a bad person,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you can be analyzed as a great person.
Right.
But the world feeds off of what? Negative.
Exactly.
Negative.
That's like when he dropped what was that song that was very controversial?
Look at me.
Look at me. Yeah. When he dropped.
Sorry, every time, bro.
Like the video to that song was so controversial, but like you look at it and you're like, holy shit, holy shit, like it's crazy. And it had a part 2 in the video, right?
I don't think so. He never got to the part 2. They did more of a cover up.
Yeah.
What he didn't want.
Yeah.
Not that I know. Let me just say that. You know what I mean? I don't know because I don't. You know what I mean? I haven't done my research. But if you want me to, I will. But other than that, it's just more of. It's out of my lane, and that's why I asked. Like, do you live by those rules? Like how?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can get that message like clear. But other than that, like if you had a message to say to anyone in this, like not world, but like for an example, someone that's gonna step into a lane like this, not knowing the hip hop game, what would you say to them?
I would say, make as many connections as you can. Make as many connections as you possibly can. Like, first guy I met, was Dion.
Yeah.
First guy I met was Dion, and then Dion introduced me to people like Trife Majors and and
Shout out to-
Yasin.
They be making noise. I see y'all. They be making noise too. I
shout
see
out
y'all.
Dion.
And then shout out Dion too. Yep. And then I met Casper, and then eventually we started
Shout out
recording. Okay, shout out Casper. and then we started recording together, and things like that. So I would say make as many connections as you can, but also at the same time realize that, like I was saying before, like everything is a circle. Everything is connected. Like a butterfly effect. If something's going on over here, it's affecting the other side of it.
Don't even get me started, bro.
One after the other after the other. So,
I don't know, man.
They're not ready for that yet.
I got visions on the television is all I gotta say. You know what I mean? Like not saying it like that because one, I never wanted fame. I never wanted none of that. Like I don't think I'd be ready for that responsibility. Do you see yourself ready for that responsibility if you had to?
I mean, yes, I would, but I mean, ultimately, the goal for me, like, I would want to be obviously not the same style, but like a Frank Ocean type artist. Like, Frank Ocean is not a public figure, like, at all. He does shows and stuff like that, but you don't ever see, like...
But he is a household name.
He's a household name,
That's
yes,
one of
but, like, you ever see him, like, unless he's winning an award or he's nominated for an award, you ever see him?
You don't see him
anywhere.
anywhere.
You don't see him anywhere.
Barely.
He's straight up, like...
Look at Kendrick.
Just
Same thing.
because this is why. Because artists like that, their music speaks so much for them
Exactly.
that they don't need to do all that. They don't need to feel like they need like
They
all
don't need
this
the
attention.
eye.
Yeah.
They don't need the image. They could represent themselves exactly how
Right.
they want to, and their music could speak for itself.
Right,
Like that.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to get involved in other things like talk shows and different stuff, then yeah, that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, that's like my big thing is that I'd want to be kind of like Frank Ocean, how he kind of stays out of the social world and then he'll just drop a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's literally
true.
what he does.
That's
Same thing
very
with Kendrick.
true.
They just come on, just do.
Boom, slap
You
your
get some
Kendrick,
sauce.
Frank
space.
Ocean, J. Cole, they just come in and bless your life and walk away. That's what they. That's
For
what
3
they do.
years. Like I think it's like
Facts.
here we go back to the numbers thing.
Yeah.
3 years, 4 years. You see what I'm saying?
3
Yeah.
years.
That's it. That's insane.
Everything comes in 3
Now, if you don't mind me asking, this is
Uh-huh.
more of a personal question. Would
Okay.
you be more independent or would you sign to a label? Like get off of like base experiences, not saying like so. Let's say if someone's like, here's $100,000, right? But here's $500,000. I want you. Let me rephrase this. So me, I'm just somebody random, right?
Right.
I'm like, yo, your music's fire.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm gonna give you $20,000, right?
Right.
But the only thing I asked you to do is continue to create every day
Uh-huh.
and just be you. Or here's $100,000 a label.
Mm.
Like you got to do what I got to tell you to do. What would you bounce out with
You
that?
you get the Wu-Tang deal or you get the Rock Nation deal.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Pretty much, exactly. Yeah, and I definitely don't want the Rock Nation deal. Like, that's the biggest thing about my music is, like, I'm going to say what I'm going to say regardless of who I think cares or not. Like,
That's respect.
That is a lot of
no,
respect.
no matter what. Like, whether people don't like it or not, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Because, I mean, the greatest artists of our generation have been doing that. You know what I mean? All music is in some way, shape, or form is controversial, but that's how a lot of things start to move.
That's how you cut through the fold too.
That's how you cut through the fold. Exactly.
That's the shit that people don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
When you start getting controversial, it's because people feel away, and when you start the conversation,
Yeah.
it gets twisted. People take sides.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Nobody
Yeah.
knows how to mediate that anymore. That's that controversy.
No, I respect that because let me say, when Kanye said this, artists are business, I was disgusted. I really was disgusted. Now we're gonna go back to, like, for example, you heard that first beat, that first drive, you're like, yeah, you're chasing that. So if you get signed to a label, you're gonna be chasing that even harder.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be like, oh, this is what I want, but no, you're getting told what to do.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I respect that answer 100%.
Word.
And just keep doing you, man.
Exactly.
And for real, that's what's up. Because I asked somebody this, and they were like, nah, bro, I'm taking 100K. Like, a wise man once told me, I can give you $20, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, pay me back when you get it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm going to pay you back Friday.
Yeah.
And like me, you could ask, kid, I don't take nothing for free.
Right.
I always got to give something in return. I don't know what it is. You can be like, yo, here's something, and I'm not trying to make this about me or anything, but it's like this, like, nah, I don't want that.
No handouts.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how can I help you?
Yeah.
How can I better you to feel more inspired or to feel more alive?
Right. Exactly.
Because, like I said, we live in a time where it's so $100,000 on the table, people are going to run to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying, though, you can give somebody $20, you just saved yourself $100,000.
Right. Exactly.
Because you could pay him back. Like, that's like, I owed you what? Like, I owe you, like, what, $60 right now?
I guess, yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? But I'm just using an example, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't like, yo, I'm going to hit you with it Friday. Right?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, but here's 50 down. It wasn't like,
Right,
yo,
right.
I'm going to hit you with it next week.
Right.
But no, he takes the time. Kid was like, yeah, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you. It's like, instead of me being like brushed under the table, like, nah, Post Malone it.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Posty.
Post Malone.
But you know what I mean? But it's like more of, you can see a lot of that. And after like me just asking these questions, I could see that you're a real one and I appreciate you, is all I'm
Yeah,
pretty much
man.
saying,
You know,
man.
it's
You know what I
not-
mean?
Respect.
Don't ever
not-
stop creating, you
Yeah.
know?
It's not about the money or the views for me. Like, whoever listens to my shit, it's like, I want you to at least like
Relate.
relate. I want you to relate with what I'm saying and also understand what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like,
I fuck with that,
and the
man.
message
For
I'm
real,
trying
for real.
to send, regardless if it gets 100,000 views or 100 views. You know? Yeah. So that's basically that.
All right, bet. So this is the one, we're not going to close out, but I'm going to ask you, if you had a message to yourself from 5 years from now, what would you say?
Message to myself
Mhm.
5 years from now. Oh man. Don't give time to people that don't deserve it. Save your time, because at the end of the day, time is money.
Exactly.
You know, time is money. Money is time. They truly do go hand in hand, and you got to spend your time like you spend your money. You got to save it, and you got to make sure you make it for yourself. So,
Poetic.
I would try and remind my older self of that.
No, good, man, because that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, man, I don't even know, man. Like, you're a great man in my eyes.
Thank
and
you.
not just saying this for this or none of that. Honestly, like, we vibed out a couple times. I never really got to interact with you like this, like a heart to
Yeah,
heart. So
yeah, no, for real.
I'm gonna say it again, and I appreciate it. This
course,
isn't
man.
just for the content. This is more of I get to. It's like, you know, when you meet boys for once, like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
what's up?
yeah.
Because it's like,
Facts.
yo, you gonna do me dirty? Because not saying like that,
Like
but
every single time we've hung out, it's always just been like
Yeah,
you've just
bars.
been
Bars.
bars, and all of that. But you'll be funny as hell.
oh,
like,
dude, that's just me.
I can't-
And see me in like a
I
serious
can't even go into the
character
booth
kind of
without
way.
laughing, bro. Like,
Dude, I just can't help it.
when we were
sometimes.
talking about the dog humping the air,
just going to fucking Pound Town cake. You know what I mean, dude?
Fucking hate.
the fucking dog, bro.
Bro, chill, bro.
He's just having a fucking attack.
Fucking blood red as fuck. That's too fucking funny.
Dude, that was some. I was laughing about that for like a couple weeks, straight up.
Don't stop moving. Yo. No, man.
Dar's like, Raggy.
I'll do it again.
Fucking yeah.
Alright, I'm definitely gonna cut that out, but God, to an extent, but Jesus Christ.
Yo.
But no,
Don't cut it, bro.
I'll keep it in, bro. I'm only kidding. But no, like I said, but this is like I said, I honestly want to say thank you for even taking the time and allowing this. And like I said, this isn't more for, like I said, it wasn't for the content. Like I just wanted to ask questions that was from me, from a heart to heart.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, obviously you know where to find this. It's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like I said, 5 years from now, I hope you are the greatest place in the world and you succeed in every possible way.
Thank you, bro.
Man.
Same to you. Same to you.
You know, and
For sure.
other than this, we're going to close this out real quick, unless, Jay, you have any questions? So, honestly, now, before we close this, do you have any projects that you are going to release?
Like soon?
Very soon, for yourself or for the world?
I'm working on an EP right now.
Okay.
It's gonna be called Broken Wings Make Fallen Angels.
Ooh.
So
Fire ass name, bro.
a little
God
long, but I felt like it
damn.
needed it. Yeah, I recorded the first 2 songs already, but I'm still working on the others, still working on the beats, so we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how long it takes, but yeah, we're gonna get it
All
done.
right, man, absolutely. Jay, hit him with one more time. Hit him with the, what is it? Hit him, you gotta give him the sauce one more time.
What up? The rapper,
All right.
singer, model, bartender extraordinaire representing New Jersey, the one
Shout
and
out
only
to Jersey.
Valentine.
Alright. Till next time, y'all. And like I said, hope to see you here next time, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
Definitely.
What up? Don't
The super duper fantastic four, that's what legends score. Broke the game in half when I came in with a lion's roar. Now I'm really not sure.